In this meeting, we are going to talk about inferential meaning. The topics discussed in this meeting are analytical listening, LSD technique, inferential listening, making inferences, and listening for pragmatic understanding. Analytical listening. Analytical listening is about the ability and the capacity to properly analyze what is being said. This not only means understanding what the other person is saying and what they mean to say, but also being able to divide difficult questions into separate parts in order to get to the core. Issues is a prerequisite. Apart from that, common listening techniques help. The objective of analytical listening is to quickly see logical connections. LSD technique. The LSD technique is definitely useful when it comes to analytical listening. It stands for listening, summarizing and dig deeper. Is actually hearing what the other is saying. This means full concentration on the other's story is needed, as well as a thorough sinking in of the information. Briefly summarizing what the other is saying is usually enough to get to the core. Causes the other to feel like they are being heard and able to offer additions if the summary is not yet complete. By giving a short summary, the listener gives themselves time to let the information sink in and understand what they just heard. This is followed by digging deeper to get down to the core. Inferential listening. This refers to the type of listening in which we have to reach conclusions based on the information we hear. Making inferences. In making inferences, there are three things that you must remember. Number 1. Inference questions ask about information that is unstated but is implied. In other words, the questions will not ask about the information that is literally spoken. Number 2. Many tests will ask you to make inferences based on the listening. In this case, you must find out the topic discussed and be able to conclude what the conversation is talking about. Number 3. Make sure that your inferences are based on information directly stated in the listening. If you find yourself difficult on some words, you can guess the meaning based on the context of situation and topic discussed. The last topic discussed in this video is listening for pragmatic understanding. There are some tips that you can follow based on TOEFL ITP, Assessment Series Practice Tests, Volume 1. Number 1. Think about what each speaker hopes to accomplish. For example, what is the purpose of the speech or conversation? Is the speaker apologizing, complaining, or making suggestions? Number 2. Notice each speaker's style. For example, is the language formal or causal? Is the speaker's voice calm or emotional? What does the speaker's tone of voice tell you? Number 3. Notice the speaker's degree of certainty. For example, how sure is the speaker about the information? Does the speaker's tone of voice indicate something about his or her degree of certainty? Then the last strategy is to watch a recorded TV or movie comedy. Pay careful attention to the way stress and intonation patterns are used to convey meaning. That's all the material for this meeting. Thank you for watching, and see you next week.